The problem with the sea is that I would say 99.9% of the people look at the sea like, blue. And they never realize what's in there.
Recently, Albania is doing many efforts on marine conservation, especially on proclamation of marine protected areas. The National Strategy of Biodiversity and Action Plan has proposed 8 areas as potential areas to be proclaimed as marine protected areas. Up to now, just one of them has been proclaimed, and the others are under the assessment process. So the idea with this project was to make some efforts in assessing the situation of marine biodiversity, especially bentox communities, in the most important marine areas of Albania, including, of course, those that has been proposed as MPAs. Regarding marine biology studies, especially marine bentos, this expedition was the largest one, covering such a long coastline of Albania from Rodoni Cape to Stilo Cape.
We came here to make a first survey and a first assessment of what these places look like and which is the environmental quality in these perhaps future MPAs, marine protected areas.
When we arrive to a site, the first thing we do is essentially lie a transect in which we establish the cover, the percentage of dead or alive cover of Posidonia. Then we measure with the quadrats the shoot density, which is related to the light availability. And then we also measure the number of fish in each transect. And we do 3 transects per each site. And we do 3 sites per each locality, one of the localities that has to be potentially conserved. Posidonia on the sea is the equivalent, I would say, of a forest. You could say an oak forest, but could be even a sequoia forest, probably. Is the longest lived seagrass that we have in the world. And the main characteristic probably is that it grows very slowly, just 1 centimeter per year, which makes them very vulnerable. If you lose it, it's very difficult to recover.
An important component of the mission was also the involvement of students for 2 days. The idea was to give some short training, and we selected Vlora area, Sazan Karaburun, where the marine underwater fauna and flora is somehow more developed and less impacted. The students are those that have been working on their master thesis or PhD thesis in the recent years, dealing with marine biodiversity. And for them it was a kind of new experience, being among a group, a relatively large group of several specialties, algae, benthic macroinvertebrates, fish, all of them within 2 days. It was an exciting experience for them.
For the whole team.
Almost nobody is interested and knows really what's into the sea. So I think that expeditions like this, one important thing is to say, hey, you have a sea, this is beautiful, if you protect it, it can give you economic reward, bring tourists here to see what you have, you can fish better, you can protect your habitats. You cannot say, well, you have this, you have to protect. No, you have this. Go there, know it, and realizing how beautiful and how useful it is. The protection of the sea has to come not from everybody like us that came from abroad and say, well, you have this and you have to protect this. No. A marine protected area is useful if the people living nearby are convinced that this marine protected area is useful. If they don't think so, if you don't convince them, the marine protected area will never run as a marine protected area, never.
The sea in general is important for me, and especially Mediterranean Sea, and especially Ionian and Adriatic Sea.
I think that we have all the energy of doing very great things. We need only strength. We have the power to change the things. We are not late, we are just in time.
So, we must love the sea so we can better protect.